Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Red. We got a lot going on this episode. We're going through the Seafoam Islands. We have the Pokemon Mansion and the 7th Gym. All in this half-hour episode. I mean, it's all going to be half an hour, but... I mean, yeah, there's a lot to talk about today because I think I've been like hyping up commentary for this episode for a while because... I think I'll get to that point once we get to the Pokemon Mansion, but like... This set of locations here is like what really stumped me as a kid. Like the Seafoam Island, so you need strength to get through it. And like, I feel like I probably had a Pokemon that knew strength on my team, but I just like never bothered using it to go through the cave. I thought there was just a way to get from one end to the other without strength. And like, yeah, you had to like push boulders down holes, and then you go down the hole, and then you have to push the boulder through another hole again, and that's really annoying. And it's an interesting puzzle, but like Gen 1's puzzles are all just push boulders and stuff. Like there's no Rock Smash. Not that it would really matter, because Rock Smash doesn't really open up too many puzzle opportunities, unless I guess if you have something that has like 10 boulders you have to push and like 20 stones you could smash. Then, like, I can see where a puzzle might arise, but... Yeah, I mean, we're just pushing boulders. And there's a legendary Pokemon in this cave, too, Articuno. We'll be getting to that later on, but... Yeah, we're just pushing boulders. I get lost for a little bit. And then, I edited out all the wild encounters, but this is the place where you can catch some ice types. There's not a lot. I think there's just, like, Seal... That might actually be the only ice type. Well, I guess Cloyster is an ice type. Because I think you can catch Shelter here. Wow, are those the only two ice types? I never really thought of it. Other than, like, Articuno. But, yeah, I mean, there's water types here, too. It's weird because, I think... I don't remember the Pokemon anymore since I edited this all a couple of weeks ago, but... Like, you can... I don't fucking know. You can catch, like, some fish Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. That's, like, fish on land. But the reason why I had to push those boulders down those holes is because they block out the water, and the water actually acts as a current that brings you to, like, the left side, I think, if you go through all the holes. And so, like, I just, like, found the exit there. But we are actually gonna go back in and find Articuno. There's like, I think, one more rock pushing puzzle to do. And I think, yeah, this one took me a while to find, because it's right down there. I thought there was another hole I had to get to enter that, but apparently there was just, like, steps or something. Maybe, I don't know. Well, I figured it out after a minute. Good thing I edited out all the wild encounters, because this would take, like, probably an extra, like, 3 minutes or something. But yeah, I mean, I never really liked this cave growing up because, again, it was kind of easy to get lost in, even though this is a pretty small and easy cave to do. But, like, I don't know. I could never, like, figure out how to cross it because I never had strength with me. And so, there's actually two ways to get to the place I'm going to, which is Cinnabar Island. You can either go in from the east, which is probably the way you're supposed to go, the way that was intended. Or you can just fly back to Pallet Town and then go south. Because either way you have to surf over the water. But, yeah, I usually would just like fly to Pallet Town and go south because I could never figure out how to do all the strength puzzles. Because I'm like, I always, I guess, just remembered these being a lot more difficult than they actually are. But, I mean, this is the last part right here, and then it'll be all over. Just gotta push those two boulders into the holes, and then we'll have ourselves an Articuno fight. But, yeah, once we get to Cinnabar Island, I can tell all my stories and stuff. Not that they'd be very thrilling at all, but here is Articuno, the second legendary bird Pokemon in the game. I always think it's kind of weird that, like, this game has, like, so few legendary Pokemon. Because, like, if you exclude Mew, there's only 4 legendary Pokemon you can get in the game, and it's the 3 legendary birds and Mewtwo. And like, yeah, you could get Mew using glitches, but like, guess what? You can get any Pokemon using glitches. So like I feel like I haven't like fact checked this, but I feel like you could probably get the version exclusive Pokemon by using these glitches too. So like, if I really wanted to use like Ninetales in this playthrough, I could have figured out how to do the glitch where you can get any Pokemon you want, which I think is like in Viridian Forest. I think that's where the glitch is. I'd have to like watch that like Psycho video on YouTube again on like Pokemon Red and Blue glitches or something, but we're bringing out your boy Johnson. And I think I'm just spamming the rest of the Pokeballs I have here, because like I'm not catching any other Pokemon for my team, and that's like one item slot the Pokeballs are taking, so I figure like not a bad idea to get rid of them. Or I'm just gonna go for the kill. I didn't check how many Pokeballs I had, because like I fly through these menus pretty quick on here. But it's so weird I'm like actually talking about the game this episode. It's kind of harder to come up with topics to talk about, because it's like we're in a location for so long, but like I don't have like 10 minutes worth of stories for like some of these locations. I mean, it's not like Pokemon Sapphire where I've played through the game multiple times and like I could go through the area fast, but I also like have stories to talk about those places. Although I really don't remember what I talked about during my Sapphire Let's Play, but we're just gonna get out of the cave right now with all those spiky rocks bordering the round rocks, the brown bricks. Yeah. But next to Cinnabar Island, that is again a place I have struggled on. I wish I could like talk about it later, because you know I'm just trying to wait for me to get there. But I mean, we just gotta swim to the right, and that'll be it. This commentary is probably shit. Oh, I failed the editing on that one. Oh well. I just randomly played one of the episodes that I had already edited but didn't record audio for, and like there was a point where I just clicked like a random minute, and I'm glad I did, because there was a part where I showed the wild encounter Pokemon that I didn't even like fight or catch or anything, and then right after that it just kind of teleports me into like a different location, and I'm like, oh wow, good thing I caught that, so I could like re-edit the 10 seconds. And yeah, I'm losing my voice already. That's great. That's just swell. I'd like to like just try and record the rest of these episodes like before all the E3 pandemonium, because like I'm working a lot that week, and then I'm gonna be spending the rest of my free time probably like watching Nintendo Treehouse stuff and all the press conferences, or the 3 press conferences that I actually care about, and like maybe Ubisoft, even though I really don't buy any of their games. But yeah, we are out of the Seafoam Islands though. Just want to get some more swimming trainers. I think I skipped most of the trainers on this part of the water, just because like I don't know how long the Pokemon Mansion is gonna take me, so I just kind of like hedge my odds and yeah, just swim right around her or him. All the swimming trainers use the exact same sprite, which is interesting. Because like later on in the next episode, I'll go against a swimmer, and then it just shows I'm going against a cue ball, which is like one of the biker gang trainers. That's pretty funny. But yeah, we're finally at Cinnabar Island, so let's talk about Cinnabar Island. The location and oh geez, the Audacity likes to crash here. It was like lagging by 10 seconds or something, but looks like it's on pace. No, but like Cinnabar Island, this is like where like my Pokemon stories really begin, because I mean I think I talked about like renting Pokemon movies on the first episode or something, but like one of the Pokemon movies I would rent all the time was the one where Ash and Co are on Cinnabar Island. So like you have the episode where they go against Blaine the gym leader, and then the Blastoise Island. Like that's my favorite tape of Pokemon. Like I would rent that one all the time. And then when I got my first copy of Pokemon Red, the file that was already on here, it was stuck at Cinnabar Island. And so like I didn't know how to like have my Pokemon surf or anything. I was just like I don't remember if Red was actually my first Pokemon game or not, cause like I'm like 100% sure I got Sapphire with my Game Boy, but for some reason, like I guess I didn't play it enough that like I knew exactly what to do in Pokemon Red when I got that. So I feel like I got those two games like very close to each other, because like in Sapphire you get Surf like at the 5th gym, and like to use Surf, well, actually I think in that game you just walk up to the water and press A, and then it'll be like, hey, you want to surf? And you hit yeah. But in this game, like, you have to go to your Pokemon party and then, like, hit the Pokemon that's a water type or that knows surf or whatever, and then you can hit surf if they've learned it. But, like, I'm looking through the team, and, like, maybe I just didn't notice that one of them did have surf, but, like, I feel I was literally stuck on Cinnabar Island, because I don't know if, like, they just got rid of the Pokemon that know Surf, and then I don't think you can sell HMs, but like they must have like hit it in the PC, because I never like bothered to check that. So yeah, like first time playing Red was just a file that was stuck on Cinnabar Island, and then when I got to this part on my own, on like my first actual playthrough, I had no idea how to get to the gym. Well, actually, okay, wait. So the first file, they couldn't get inside the gym either. They didn't get the key inside the Pokemon Mansion. And, like, figuring out where that key was has always stumped me. I mean, I know where it is now, and I can do it in, like, 5 minutes. But, like, I could not find the key, and, like, so I pulled this up from my bookshelf. I have, like, a lot of kids' books still in my room. And, like, one of them is this book called How to Be a Pokemon Master, which is, like, about 200 pages. It's just about, like, it's a really shitty guide on how to beat Pokemon Red and Blue. And it's just like, one guy wrote it, but then it uses like some quotes from like other people who played the game. I don't know what their ages could possibly be, but yeah, I just like looked through that book religiously trying to figure out how to get into the fucking gym. And like, I didn't realize that they don't tell you exactly what to do. I mean, that's just how the whole book is, because it's like really large print font, 200 pages, so like if it were small print, it maybe would only be like 60 pages. Like, I don't really know. I don't read books too much to be able to like gauge like how big a book would be if you shrunk the font. But like I feel like I knew that you could hit the statues to change the doors, but like I must have just like missed like the one door that leads you to the basement or something, because I could never get to the room that leads you to the basement. And like, yeah, the book, I was like just looking through the book yesterday just to like fact check myself, because like I was always just like, okay, so there's one page that like has the gym leaders, like just random descriptions on like how to remember what type they use. It's like, you could have just said, oh, Blaine uses fire type. Instead they're like Blaine kind of rhymes with flame, and flame rhymes with blame, so you can blame him for making it so difficult to get inside his gym. But like, if you're gonna do that rhyme, shouldn't blame be before flame? Because blame shares the BL and the A that like Blaine shares. Like, I'm just saying, just putting that out there. But yeah, that was a difficult part for me. And then yeah, so that was like what I was looking at. And then there's like 2 separate guides in the book for some reason. I didn't really notice that. Like, I don't know if it's 2 different people's playthroughs or just like, I think I'd have to open it again, but like one part I think is like just the quotes of like random people, and then the second one is just like the guy who wrote the book like saying what to do. And like, I should point out that the book is like not endorsed by the Game Freak or Pokemon or Nintendo or anything. Like that's like what the book, like, it is just like some random guide by this guy. And like, yeah, like during the quotes part where like it's just other people telling you what to do, like there's like one guy mentions the switches on the statues to open doors. And like, I think I knew that. I've already said that already, but then one other guy just mentions you need a key in the basement of the mansion. And I'm like, I didn't put two and two together to think, oh, I used the switches on the statues to open up the doors in the mansion to get to the basement. Like, I couldn't figure out where the basement was. I thought there was just a staircase I was missing out on. And I didn't use the switches and doors, like, to their fullest extent, so I was like, I guess I'm shit out of luck. So, like, a few of my playthroughs growing up, I would get to Cinnabar Island, and then I would just restart the file, because I just didn't know what to do. And, like, here's the key right now. And then, oh yeah, I think I just, like, used the rest of my Pokeballs on this Weezing. Even though, like, if I caught it, I would be like, okay, cool, like, maybe I'll use it, just have a random 5th Pokemon. But it was just gonna be like, if I don't catch it, then I don't catch it. Not a big deal. And besides, like, we'll be getting out of here pretty soon. I don't remember if do I have a full, or not a full route? I think I just read the full heal, but if I have a escape rope. And Weezing at level 40 with Tackle, are you kidding me? This is why, like, Gen 1 movesets are kind of ass, because, like I said, I want to use Weezing, but it just doesn't learn, like, any good moves in this game. But, like, you get a Weezing in Gen 5 or 6 or 7, and, like, it can learn Fire-type moves and Electric-type moves, and I mean, that's really it, but, like, that's all you need for an in-game moveset, and then you can use TMs multiple times, so, like, that just makes Weezing a lot better of a Pokemon. I mean, that makes every Pokemon a better Pokemon, but yeah, that's just, like, my little story of Cinnabar Island. Just, like, I can never get through it, because I can never figure out the Pokemon Mansion, and that book, it didn't help me at all. Did I even say how I got the book? Because, like, that's kind of a neat story. Because, like, I forgot you can't go behind the statues there, but here, before I just say the book thing, like, this gym, the gimmick here is that little box on the top left corner, if you talk to that, it gives you a trivia question. And, like, all the trivia questions except for, like, the last one are, like, super easy. And if you get the question right, then it opens the door so you can skip the trainer. If you get it wrong, then the trainer is just like, haha, you got it wrong, fight me. And then you can still get it right and then turn around and talk to the guy, just to, like, flex on your Pokemon knowledge, but because I didn't know how long this episode was taking, especially with all the wild encounters I had to edit out, I'm just like, I'm gonna just fight these guys immediately. Turns out this episode was gonna be, like, a little over 28 minutes, but I mean, that's okay. I don't want to be talking for an extra 2 minutes sometimes, because, like, what am I gonna talk about for 2 minutes? What am I gonna talk about for 10 hours? Like, that's what this is like. Although this Let's Play is in, like, 10 hours long, which kind of surprises me. I mean, I was expecting this Let's Play to be a bit longer. I might have mentioned this already, because, like, my most recent playthrough of Pokemon Red was, like, 30 hours exactly. But that's also because I was training 6 Pokemon, and one of the Pokemon on my team, I think I caught, like, at level 15, like, in the post-game, like, very late into the game, and then I wanted to get it to, like, in the 50s, and that just took way too long. Although, I mean, I reckon that would only take, like, 2 or 3 hours, but it's still 2 or 3 hours in a Pokemon playthrough, just for one Pokemon. And I actually said reckon. I can't believe I used the word reckon, but yeah, let's talk about the library, because when am I ever going to talk about that? I mean, I could probably, like, grab out stories of it in the future, but yeah, I mean, like, there was technically, like, 2 libraries in the town. I'm just saying this because it was, like, just one library. They wanted to make it bigger, I guess, for more books and shit, so they didn't... Well, did they tear it down? Man, I don't remember, because it's a convention center now where the first library was. And now the new one is just, like, in the middle of, like, downtown, and it's, like, fucking huge. And, like, I mean, they both had 2 floors. I mean, I barely even remember the old library, because, like, I mean, I haven't gone to the new library since, like, I was in middle school. Like, I never went to it when I was in high school. Because you really don't ever have to. Like, I mean, I would only go there to, like, sometimes they would sell books and stuff that, like, are just really old or no one checks them out. And I think sometimes they'd have movies in there, too, and, like, I know for a fact the library would have, like, Pokemon movies you could rent, and I'm like, okay, like, if they sell the Pokemon movies, like, I'll be there. Except that, I mean, that never happened. because it's just really hard to predict when they'd sell the movies, because, like, I mean, like, I don't think, okay, so VHS cassettes and stuff, and, like, VHS players, like, they're not in the market anymore, unless, it's, like, a very niche market if anyone's still producing them, just, like the people that, like, make the video game systems that play the NES games, like, NES games aren't in production anymore, but there's still a lot of NES games that people collect and want to, like, play, so I can understand that market. And it's the same for movies, although I don't know, like, how many, like, companies are producing VHS players, but anyways, going back to how I got the book, like, the old library, they would have little bins with, like, books that they would just give for free instead of selling them. And, like, we didn't look in them very often, but, like, I guess my dad looks in those sometimes, because, like, my dad isn't, like, a book-reading guy, but, like, I think my dad's, like, pretty smart, and, like, he likes to, like, stay, like, up and up with, like, current events, and, he just likes to learn stuff sometimes. And so, like, he would, like, occasionally check those bins for, like, free books, and, like, one time he found that Pokemon How to Be a Master book for me, and then I'm like, where did you get that? He's like, oh, from these bins here, and I was like, now I gotta check this out for Pokemon stuff, like, 24/7, even though, like, the odds of them having Pokemon books, like, every week or something, I mean, we didn't go to the library every week, but, I mean, we kind of did, just because, you know, you could only check out a book for a week, and you had to bring it back, but, yeah, I mean, the only free books I ever got there was, like, that Pokemon book. I think they one time had a Pokemon sticker book in there, too. Oh, yeah, they would, like, put magazines in there, because, like, you know, magazines have, like, those monthly subscriptions. And so, like, they would just, like, have the magazines out for, like, anyone to read while they're in the library. I don't think you could, like, rent out a magazine, but... And then, like, once they're, like, old enough, then they put the magazine in the free bin for anyone to take. So, I mean, that's a pretty fair deal, although I don't know if they're getting a special deal on magazines because they are a library or how that works. Like, it's just equal opportunity for everyone, even if you're poor or you're rich or you own a library, you gotta still pay the, like, $20 month or yearly subscription or something. I don't know how much magazines cost anymore. But, yeah, I mean, the library was a pretty cool place. It was like, kind of dim, like, dimly lit, and then the new one is, like, really bright and stuff, if I'm just remembering stuff at all. But, like, I mean, I guess we'll just talk about the fucking library for, like, 5 more minutes, because, like, you go in there, I don't even remember where the entrance was. Like, the entrance was, like, a weird hallway or something, if I'm remembering that part right. And then, like, just this weird circle counter in the middle of a room where you can check out the books and return your books. And then, like, I could probably draw this out if I really wanted to, because I do remember the bottom floor. And then the top floor was, like, the adult books, but, like, bottom floor had all the kids' books. There was, like, another counter, but you couldn't, like, rent books there. There was just, like, 2 ladies at a desk, and then I guess maybe if you wanted to know if they had a certain book, they could, like, type that into their system and be like, yeah, we do have, like, Ripley's Believe It or Not or something. But, like, in that area, like, if you go to the south side, then they have, like, all of the, like, the chapter books that are marked or, like, designated for, like, kids that can read, like the chapter books. So that would be, like, I guess, like, 4th grade through older. There's really no minimum age for, like, kids' chapter books, I'd say. Because, I mean, like, anyone can read, like, fucking the 39 Clues. It's not just, like, adult book, like, adults that can read, or, I mean, kids that can read those. And then, like, the north side of the bottom floor, then they had, like, a lot of, like, kids' books, but, like, you know, like, those, like, 10-page or 20-page picture books. There was a lot of those, and, like, I'm kind of, like, baffled that they had that many books for kids, because, like, I think in the new library, like, they don't have that many books. Oh, I guess the shelves are a bit more condensed now. I don't remember too much, but, like, yeah, there was a lot of space for for like those little books, and then I'm trying to remember like that part of the layout. But then like there was a cool little area with the TV because they had some movies like you could watch if your parents are gonna be an hour or something. And like I never really took advantage of that because like, let me just get to the movie part first. But like so I just remember one time I think my dad was like getting the stuff for something, and like me and my sister just like randomly decided to watch the Jimmy Neutron movie at the library. And like they had headphones for you to wear, and like those headphones were probably disgusting because kids are disgusting. And it's like, yeah, all these kids like probably licking their fingers and shit, and they're touching headphones. I mean, I'm not saying that every kid licks their fingers, but like, I mean, I've seen kids, and I've done it like probably once or twice before. I mean, like we all have gone to school with that one kid who's like kind of just a little disgusting. But like then the kids part of the library had three computers you could like rent out or like just use, but like they gave you like a either half hour or an hour like minimum limit on that. And like literally you could like go on Pornhub if you wanted to, I bet. Because I don't think they really monitored the computers. But like me and my sister, we would just go on those to play like some of the games on like the Disney Channel website or the Cartoon Network website. Like, yeah, that's all we did on those. I don't think we ever went on addicting games at that point yet. And then, like, I think my favorite part about the library, or the old library, was that, like, sometimes they would have, like, a little game for, like, kids to play. Like, oh, go through the shelves and, like, find... It would be like a riddle, almost. Like find, like, this... Like, find the book that corresponds to this question. And then, like, just write down the name of the book on a piece of paper, and then, like, show us, and then you'll get, like, a prize or something. It would usually be, like, dumb toys, like Slinkies and, like, little Kush balls. Like, sometimes there would be, like, just random Pokemon cards, and I'm like, hey, let's get some Pokemon cards. But, yeah, and on the back of that part, of the south side again, there was, like, just a bunch of game boards, which me and my sister never used, but, I mean, there was a lot there. And then they also have, like, a GameCube, but, like, I'm not gonna be, like, saying this to sound, like, racist or anything, but I'm just saying, like, all the black kids would, like, crowd around the GameCube, and, like, yeah, it was just good luck using that, because, like, they had all the good GameCube games, actually. Like, they had, like, every single, like, first-party Mario, I mean, there's no third-party Mario games, but, like, they had all the Mario games, and, like, you just be, like, seeing kids play, like, Mario Party 7, or, like, Mario Kart Double Dash or something, and, like, I mean, yeah, that was kind of hype. But yeah, we are wrapping up this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Red. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a like as well if the channel grows. Subscribe to get updates on my uploads as soon as they happen. But until then, I'll see you next time, where we are going to be going back to Viridian City for our 8th gym badge. So stay tuned for that.